Hello, everybody. So nice to chat to you again. I know I said that this is going to be the 5 steps. After I started with one step, I decided this is just not going to happen. I realized, if I give you 5 steps, you can read it up anywhere. It's just not inspiring you. And I don't think it will either help you because we're all so different and also individual and unique. So I'd rather speak generally about something that would definitely help you to be more conscious of. Now, I just also want to point out that when I speak of consciousness, I speak of Christ consciousness, but not in an abstract way. I'm speaking about being centered in Christ, soul, body, and spirit, and everything. My whole inspiration in my life comes through the relationship with Jesus Christ. So I'm completely centered and rested in the knowledge of Jesus. And I know that we can reach a lot of things without knowing Jesus because God made us so powerful and so amazing. But I found that for me, the rest and peace that goes beyond understanding is just only to be found in Him. So I'm really excited to just clarify that, first of all. And I would like to just chat with you today and talk about, like I said, consciousness. Do you know, I love this one book about mind over matter. I think it's called Mind to Matter from Joe Dispenza. And out of this book, actually read is very, very interesting, a little piece where he was speaking about when he was an author, he met a lot of very successful authors. And he started thinking, why are these authors so successful? So what is the main thing that makes them such successful authors? And he found out that authors are creators. The ones that are successful create. They don't just consume. So when they're far more interested in producing and creating substance or information coming from within than they are to consume information that comes from somebody else. So they speak and they do things from the inside out. And that is why they were so successful. Now, we are used to our daily life. If you become aware of it, most people are in their daily lives very passive. We consume information from outside in. It's the news. It's what can I use? People watch TV. They read books, constantly feeding from someone else's information. But what if God doesn't want that from us? What if He made every one of us so amazingly unique and you carry a part of the puzzle that changes other people's lives? And He wants you to figure out, what are you creating inside you? Because this is all about identity once again. I know at the moment, a lot of people speaking about identity, but seriously, this is so foundational. You are unique, you are special, and you carry something that changes the world, even if it's just in your own area, in your own environment, in your home, in your town, in your city. And sometimes it's nations, sometimes it's the world, but we all play a part. But if we keep on consuming information from TV, from Facebook, from Instagram, from books we read, and never really go and sit down with God and say, what are you telling me? What am I born to create? Otherwise, you'll end up with a consciousness or your information will be according to other people's revelations, which is also, it also plays a role. But you are there to create something new, and you need to discover that. One example that he used, an example was not so positive, as a lady that he knew that he used to chat with. And this lady was so bright and successful and beautiful. And he met her many years later again, and she seemed so tired. She wasn't so positive anymore. And she started to tell him everything that is going on in the world and how bad it is, and that there's just no hope, and that she didn't know, she was just so overwhelmed with all that is going wrong in the world, and how were we supposed to change anything. And that is such a typical example, because when you asked her what was she doing, she was consuming the news, everything she read, watched all programs on what is going on in the world, but not positive. And this ended up, creating new neural pathways of stress. So before, she didn't have that. She wasn't watching all these negative things. But since your brain is neuroplastic, you create neural pathways in the direction of things that you consume around you. So if it's not uplifting, building you up, and causing a higher frequency, creating you to, or not creating you, helping you to love more, helping you to see very positively, then it's creating a stress neural pathway, which then your mind will follow. And that frequency that you release then, because you're now in a stress state, will then draw more of that information. And you'll actually you'll find that you start meeting people that starts feeding you this information. And you'll start joining groups that only speak about what is going to go wrong in this world. So what if, you listen to what the Father says, and he says, think on good things. Think on things that are uplifting, building you up. Renew your mind. Keep on staying in the consciousness of love. Be aware of joy. It's your strength. Now, I wonder why he said that. Seriously, because he does not want us to create pathways where we cannot become that who we were born to be. So I promise you, I find it so awesome that we are so powerful to choose what we decide to believe and which direction we decide to go, that you can actually create neural pathways by the way you respond and think to anything. And I hope that helps you today. I hope you get what I'm saying. I mean, we're all in this journey. It's a daily walk. But if I'm planning to do something great, who am I listening to? Something negative? I mean, it's not like you don't ever have to listen to anybody. I am teachable. I stay humble because it's beautiful, and I submit to God. But I always have a conversation with him about anything. If somebody tries to give me advice, be careful of what advice you are taking as well. To give you an example of my husband, okay, bless him. It doesn't mean nothing bad of him, but he was just coming from that place, and we are creating another income stream, creating another business, and this is my baby. Okay, it's not the coaching business, but it's something else. And he then, when I said to him, okay, now it's a go ahead, I think he meant well. He was saying, oh yes, before this doesn't work, and when you did this, it didn't work, and look at that other part, that other business that my son has, and that didn't work. And I mean, we have a lot of other businesses that actually do work. But then he was just focusing on those little ones that didn't work. And I had to really step in and say, okay, hang on a sec. I can take that and I can say, oh my God, I feel so sorry for myself. Look, no, he's not believing in me, and blah, blah, blah. Play the old record. Or I can say, oh, Jesus, thank you. I know that you gave me this to do. And I know my past is not my future. And I know a rest in you. And I know I'm abundance. And I know you're using this to teach me how to manifest and govern my life in partnership with you, with the angels, with the cloud of witnesses. It is so exciting. So I had to seriously go say, no, I'm not receiving that. I'm stepping and staying in greatness, in rest, in peace, in abundance, and not stepping in fear. It's not my friend. I'm sorry. No way, no go. So this is very, very exciting. So I hope I inspired you today to really check up on what info you are getting from what source. Is it bringing life? You know, these little checks. If you get information, what does it stir inside of you? Is it creating fear? Is it creating happiness? Is it creating joy? When you listen to it and you go, wow, I can just conquer the world after you listen to that, whatever you're listening to, whatever you're reading. If it's not like that, dump it. I'm serious. Really, we don't have time for this nonsense. We are here to step up and be who God created us to be. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope that inspired you. Click on the subscribe button, share with your friends, and know this walk is with one another. It's with the body. It's in relationship with one another. This is also not something we're doing on our own. So thank you very much, and I love you guys already. Thank you so much for listening, and goodbye till next time.